and welcome back, dear children. Bible says the horse is made ready for the battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. Proverb 21:31. Yes, my dear children, the horse is made ready for the battle. It is God who gives them victory. So, look at God every day in prayer. We may make all the preparations, but let us be confident that if we obey God by doing His will, God will give us strength to overcome or face any trouble situations, because it is God who gives us victory. Now, let's go back what we have learned in our previous class. I hope you will be aware of first paragraph. So here we have prepared some questions for you all to answer. Come on, let's go to the question. So the first question is, who is described as a friend of sun and sky? The answer is, the tree is described as a friend of sun and sky. Your second question, why does the poet call the tree a friend of sun and sky? The poet says that the tree is a friend of the sun and sky because it shares their benefit like a friend and helps to create cool breeze to lessen the heat of the sun and the glare of the sky. The third question, who wrote the poem The Heart of the Tree? I hope you all know the answer for this question. S is Henry Bunner. Okay, do you all know the title of the poem? Yes, the title of the poem is The Heart of Trees. The Heart of the Tree by the American poet and novelist Henry Bunner. Henry Bunner is a fine piece of poetry with a simple theme and a simpler structure. The poem was originally published in 1912. In this poem, The Heart of the Tree, he glorifies the act. Further, he shows how a tree helps life on earth and saying that it had direct connection to a nation's growth. Okay, children, planting a tree is always a great work, right, for a mankind? Yeah, but the poet has found out a new way to plant and the plantation. So, in this poem, he says that tree has glorified the act, and he also tells that trees help the life of earth and a direct connection to a nation's growth. Okay, children, now let's read the second paragraph of the poem. So, the stanza which goes like this: he plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn years shall see. These things he planned who plant a tree. Okay, children, now read the poem along with me. Yes? Okay. He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he planned who plant a tree. So now let's see the explanation of the poem. So here in the second stanza, the first line, what does he plant? Who plant a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain. So the poet repeats the question to begin a new stanza and attempt to answer again in the subsequent lines. The tree he plant provides us with cool shade and helps in bringing rain. So next line, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. Here, a tree will provide seed and bud in future. Years will pass silently, but the tree will remain there throughout, producing seeds forever. Next line, he plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage. So, trees are the main element that make a plain area green and beautiful. So the poet describes trees as the glory of plain. Moreover, today's single tree may turn into a forest someday. So, by planting a tree now, the man plant a forest heritage. We'll go to the next line. The harvest of a tree coming again, the joy that unborn eyes shall I see. These things he planned who plant a tree. So here in this line, the speaker mentions that planting a tree today would give us fruit in coming days. Our next generation would be delightful by seeing such vegetation and reap its benefit. So all the credit goes to the man who planted a tree. Yes, in the stanza of the poem, the heart of the tree, the poet stressed on the importance of planting a tree for making this earth a better living place for future generation. Okay, children, now let's go to the next stanza. So, shall we read this stanza? Yes. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, and forecast through observing good, his blessings on the neighborhood, who is the hollow of his hand, holds all the growth of all land, a nation's growth from sea to sea, stirs in his heart who plants a tree. Okay, students, now you can read the poem along with me. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, and forecast though of civic good, is blessing on the neighborhood, who is a hollow of his hand, holds all the growth of all land, a nation's growth from sea to sea, stirs in his heart who plants a tree. Yeah, let's go to the explanation part. What does he plant? Who plant a tree? He plant in sap and leaf and wood. So here, this line says that by planting a tree, the man directly or indirectly contributes to nation's growth. When a tree is planted, it sets in motion the progress of a nation from sea to sea. And all this start from the progressive thought in the man's heart who plant a tree. In the next line, he talks about his blessings on the neighborhood, who is the hollow of his hand. So this line is very important. So this is the last line as it talks about the man's heart, his feelings, his dreams and wishes behind planting the tree. This also leads to poem's title, The Heart of Tree. So here, the poet Henry ends up by composing an uncommon piece of poetry in the heart of the tree. Okay children, I hope you all have understood this poem. Now let's learn the word meaning. First, a night, near, close. I repeat, a night, near, close. Hushed, quiet, serious. Quiet, serious. Harvest, reward. Harvest, reward. Stirs, arouses a feeling. Stirs, arouses a feeling. Towering, extremely tall. Towering, extremely tall. Heritage, an inheritance. Heritage, an inheritance. Triple, consisting of the three parts. Triple, consisting of the three parts. Unborn eyes. Unborn children. Unborn eyes. Unborn children. Okay students, we have learned this poem today and see you all in the next class. Until then, bye. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.